All right, all right. Welcome to the Strong Side podcast. My name is Mitchell Black, and I'm your host. Today, we have a wonderful guest. We have my most favorite guest that we've ever had. She is the queen of everything. It's my wife. Miss Kim Black is on the podcast today. Now, before we get rocking and rolling on this podcast, hey, I want to remind you guys that every week we live stream this on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can comment right now with questions. We will answer them while the podcast is going on. We want to be engaging with you. There's never going to be any ads on this podcast. The whole goal is just to bring amazing content to you. I just need you to do me a favor. Could you please give us a 5-star review or a thumbs up or a comment on Apple Music or Spotify? Share this with a friend if you think that it brings you some value. So here's what we're going to do today. I wanted to bring my wife on to just talk about support and just talk about couples and living a better life and just talk about some struggles and challenges and just share our story. We're calling this podcast Power Couple. Not because we think we're a power couple, it just takes power to be a couple. And I'm a firm believer that power pushes power. And you need to be with powerful, like-minded people like you to be able to get to the next level in your life. And that's what StrongSide's all about. Yeah, we're a gym. Yeah, we do some burpees, but it's really just about creating an atmosphere and an ecosystem of people that want to help you become better. So with that being said, hello, Miss Kim Black.
Hello, Mr. Mitchell Black.
So you're not a talker.
No.
So this is gonna be a fun podcast. Great. So how you doing today?
I'm good.
I'm good. So for those of you guys just listening, yeah. So my wife is the opposite of me when it comes to being in front of people and talking and doing backflips and just loving it. So she's a little quiet, but she speaks with wisdom, and what she says is really, really good. So thanks for coming on the podcast. You excited to be on it?
I guess.
All right, we're gonna open you up a little bit. We should have made you a drink.
Yeah, you should take shots live on this right now.
Okay. All right, so I'll kind of get it started a little bit. So the main thing that we want to talk about is really just support and our level of support to each other and what we think support means and what that looks like. Because, I know for me, I am on social media for StrongSide, and that's the only reason that I'm on social media. And I don't really post a lot about my life or share things or whatever. But me and Kim have done a lot to really support each other. And I think that no matter what you're doing in your life, you need to be fully committed to supporting the other person that's helping you get where you want to go. And what do you think about that?
I agree.
I agree. No, we're gonna get some more words out of you as we go through it. So we were talking in the pre-show of this of what we wanted to start it with. Like, what does support actually mean? Okay, when you're trying to support somebody, you can't really support somebody just when it's convenient, like when it works out for you. It's when it's challenging, when you don't want to do it, is when you have to support them the most. And we have a really interesting story of our Ironman. So we did a full Ironman together, which is in one day, back to back, no stopping. It's where you swim 2.4 miles and then you bike 112 miles and then you run a full marathon, 26.2 miles. And you do it in a whole day, and there's cutoffs along the way. So if you're not done with each piece in a certain amount of time, they say, sorry, you can't keep going. So you have time caps that you got to meet and all that. And we did it together. And it was a really, really great experience. And Kim, you have to use at least 10 words. Just how do you feel that, not with us, not anything with us, just doing the Ironman? What was your experience of that?
Why do you put all this pressure on me?
10 words. Ready, go.
It was hard, but also, I guess, the most rewarding thing I've done in life.
See, that's what I meant. It's wisdom, most rewarding thing. It was really challenging, and we got to know each other extremely well. So basically what happened is, so most of you don't know this. I'm surprised how many people don't know this. So I met Kim at StrongSide, and she's the only member I've ever dated. So we have a company policy now that any team member can date any member they want. They just have to marry him. That's the policy. All right.
We'll have a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll marry you. We're both ordained.
Oh, we are, because I had ordained Chad and Marissa.
Yes.
But yeah, so you have to marry him. And anyway, so we kind of got to dating, and we're young in our relationship, and And when Kim met me, I was a bachelor for sure, eating. What did I say on the show notes of this? I think I said I was eating cereal on a
No, he
plate with
didn't
a
eat
fork.
cereal. He definitely only lived on almonds, protein shakes, and yogurt. That's it. And RX bars.
No, Cliff Bars.
No, RX bars.
Oh, okay.
You eventually ate Cliff Bars, but first RX.
And I had paper plate. Remember, I had paper plates still in the bag in
Yeah.
the cupboard.
And you only did dishes on Sunday.
Yep. I had a system. And I remember you coming over and you looked at everything and you were like, "What? Where are your Oreos?" You're like, "I want a snack."
You bought me Oreos, though.
I did. I was like, she's kind of cool. But kind of young into our dating career, I guess you could say, that I was like, we started talking about this Ironman.
No, I did a half Ironman.
Oh, that's what it was.
I signed up for a half Ironman just because I wanted to, I guess. And he helped me train, but I trained alone. And then he came to my half, and literally I crossed the finish line, and he's like, "I bought a bike, and we're going to do the full in October." And it was June. So there we went on our training journey to do not STRONGSIDE, Ironman Louisville in October of 2016.
Yep. And I remember that. Now that you bring that up, I totally remember. I forgot all about that. That, yeah, I was watching you and I was like getting motivated, and you were out on the bike ride, and I just got on Craigslist and I was like, I can get a bike.
But back story is you did Ironman before.
Yeah. Okay.
And failed.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So, all right, we were at your half, right?
Yep.
And you're crushing your half. And on the bike ride is when I Googled, found a bike, bought it, fully committed. Both of us was ready to sign up. You crossed. I think I wanted to give you like a couple hours, but I don't think I could keep it in more than like 15 minutes. So once you crossed, I was like, guess what? But we signed up for this Ironman, and she wanted to do it because, it's obviously cool and it's like the next step. And when I was 21, I tried to do Ironman Louisville, and I was an idiot. I went out way too fast. I was like trying to be a hot shot and qualify for Kona, which is the world championships. And I was crushing it until mile 11 on the run. And I got crushed, and I like passed out. They had to take me in the medic tent. My whole family's freaking out. Like, didn't get to finish the race. And that never set well with me. So like we met when I was 26, 27.
I was 23, 22.
Yes, I think I was 26.
Yeah.
So either way, like 4, 5, 6, something like that, years had gone by, and I don't not finish things. So that had always been like a chip on my shoulder, that it was like a life event that I wanted to go back and do. So it's kind of like the pre-story.
Yeah.
What'd you think about? What went through your head when I was like, we should do an Ironman together? First off, we'd only been dating like 2 months, 3 months.
3 months, something like that.
Were we even Facebook official?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
For like a whopping 4 weeks or so.
Got it.
I don't know. When you told me, I was like crazy, but maybe, because I had already half trained for the half. So I was like, maybe if I just can keep training. And I knew the swim wouldn't be a problem for me, so it wasn't an issue. And then, I don't know, I think we signed up the next day, 2 days later, and we committed
Yeah.
at Starbucks.
Is that where we did it?
Yep, 1.0 Starbucks.
Yeah, because the first StrongSide was right next to that Starbucks. It was a good time. So we signed up for this deal, and you swam in college, right?
Yeah.
All high school, college, and you
Yep.
swam on Pat and Beth Murphy's team, who remembers
Sure
here.
did. Swam since I was 9.
Yep. So how many times did you swim?
0.
Okay. And I think I swam a couple times, like no more than 3.
Yeah, probably.
But we did a whole lot of strong side. I mean, we did
6 days a week.
deadlifts, muscle ups, you name it.
Yep.
Yep.
All the strong side, no swimming. Swimming's overrated.
But
All the biking. We did all the biking.
so yeah, that's the big thing with triathlon, that biking helps your running, but running never helps your biking. So running is less pressure on your joints. You can go for longer. You can build up a longer base. So the more training that you have in your bike ride, the better it's going to be. But I don't think for that Ironman, we never trained separately, right?
I don't think so.
So like when you think about that time, this is what I always tell people of like, you want to find out not only who you want to be married to, but just who you want to hang out with. You go get physically exhausted with that person for hours and see if you don't hate them at the end of it. And we went on, 100-mile bike rides together, which a fast 100-mile bike ride is like 7 hours. And we're just talking. about life, and we'd go in the country and go by houses and see those houses. And I learned so much about you. When did you realize that I'm a weirdo?
I mean, I never guessed I thought you were weird, but definitely found out how dedicated you were to the business at that time.
What do you mean by that?
Just like how much it meant to you and how much you wanted to do good for other people.
There's those wisdom bomb drops again. Yeah, no, people deserve better.
We make people better.
Yeah, it's literally like in the name. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that was crazy bike rides. The best run that I remember, so we never ran more than 10 miles in training because we did so much biking. And I don't know why this run sticks out to me so well, but like we didn't run that much, but I remember the one time that one of the 2 or 3 times that we ran 10 miles, for whatever reason, like the one time in my adult life, I had Chinese food before that run. And remember when I like felt terrible?
No.
You don't remember this? I don't know, man, but it was like something stupid. Like one Saturday night, we were like, yeah, man, let's have Chinese food. And then it was like 10-mile run the next morning. And I was like, I am worthless. And I wanted to throw up everywhere. It was terrible.
Maybe. I
I don't know. You're probably so far ahead of me.
Yeah.
I remember running on this gravel road. It was dumb. But
I sure don't remember this one.
okay.
We used to just take off and run. I don't know. We ran a lot.
But talking about like the support and stuff, I mean, we're not even at the race yet, you know. So we'd only been dating 2 or 3 months, and then we spend 3, 4, 5 months or whatever getting ready for this Ironman. You know, it's not only time on the bike. It's like let's talk about the weekend. You know, it's Friday. So what does that mean? It means that probably your long stuff is on Saturday or Sunday. The night before, you're packing up we would always do it on Sunday if it was really, really long, but let's look at Saturday. Saturday, we're making sure that our whole life is in order. Everything's organized. Go to the grocery store, get whatever you need. You have to pack all your coolers, all your bikes, because not only are you doing the 8-hour bike ride, you have to go to bed early. You got to be up early to pack up all your stuff, to drive out there where you're going to go. And then you got to do the thing. You got to be fueled while you're doing it. Then when you're done, you got to recover. You got to like, that's a lot of time and commitment with that other person.
Mm-hmm. I honestly don't know how we did it.
I think it was just, I'm a big believer that you need to be on the same page. A lot of people are reading the same book. They're just not on the same page. And to do that, you have to be on the equal level of commitment, the equal level of support. You know, one of us is going to, I don't want to train tomorrow. What is the other one going to do?
We have to train tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't want to go to bed right now. I want to go to bed later. Like, no, you have to, I'll be fine. We'll just get up. I won't pack tonight for the ride. I'll just get up early in the morning. You
don't ever get up early in the morning.
And that's why I love you. You call me out on everything. That is true. I'm not going to do it. Like, you got the real talk person that's like, look, we're in this together. And let me tell you what you're not going to do is you're not going to do this, this, and this. So do you have any memorable moments from training? Like the biggest?
The first time we ever did a 100-mile bike ride. At the Silver Comet, we rode to Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
To that train station or something. We were dying.
I remember.
And we still had to turn around and go back.
Oh, yeah. At halfway, we were dying. Well, this is a great idea. Let's do an Ironman. And at halfway, we're like, oh, terrible decision.
That could have been a 120-mile ride. I can't remember.
No, it was over 100 because something happened. But, yeah, we rode from Woodstock or wherever the outlet is.
No. We start at the beginning of the Silver Comet.
So I didn't mean outlet like outlet mall. I meant like the wherever you get in, all the way to Alabama and then back. And I remember that if you guys have never been on the Silver Comet, or if you don't know what this is, it's a very flat road all the way out until you get to Alabama. Mm-hmm. And then there's the most massive hills. Yep. I don't know where they come from. But on the way back, this thing is flat. And I felt like I was dying going 400 miles an hour. And I looked down and I swear that speedometer said like 6.
Probably. We had to drink like 100 Gatorades. We had to go to the Dollar General maybe.
Yeah.
Buy a bunch of stuff because we didn't bring enough food.
In the sketchy part of town.
Yep.
I'm in biking shoes and a skin-tight outfit, yep. Like in the hood. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I hope nothing happens because I'm extremely vulnerable right now.
Yep. That's also the day I think I might have said that 4 sets of 10 back squat was better than biking up a hill.
Yep. I remember that, and I remember our first training ride when we said, hey, we're going to go do like 30 miles or something like that, and we took a wrong turn and did 60, and we had one water bottle.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was out at the Budweiser plant.
I was rationing that water bottle the whole 60 miles because I had planned for like 20.
And it was like August.
And it was literally the first training ride.
Yeah, so hot. So hot, like 100 degrees at least.
Yeah. So training went well.
I guess.
And so we go to the race.
Oh, remember when it rained and we decided we were going to row a marathon?
Oh my God. Yeah. So,
and then
okay.
we could only do a half marathon because our butts hurt so bad.
Yeah. So one day the training, like we were trying to find ways to fill our training in, and like it was just raining, and we were like, we just need to do something for a really long time. It doesn't matter what it is, just go do it. So we went and rode a marathon, which quickly turned into a half marathon. And then we just threw the bike in there for something, didn't we?
I don't know. We did some crazy things just to
get volume.
Do it.
This is not advice, guys.
No, don't do what we did.
Yeah, that was dumb. This is just sheer grit work. But so we sign up for the race, we do all the training, and then we go there. It's in Louisville, Kentucky. And then not only did training, well, that was terrible, but so we get there, and remember this, the first thing that happened, open the door, boom, my protein goes everywhere on the floor.
I'll have to post that picture later on Facebook.
Like I was, because remember, like Kim said in the beginning, my life at that time was living off protein shakes and almonds and like whatever. Nothing had changed yet. So my entire food system, all my protein, as soon as we opened the door to the hotel, it flicked on the ground and just went everywhere. And it was like watching my life. Just no.
But then he proceeded to scoop it back up with the protein scooper to put it back in the container so we could eat it later.
I needed calories. That was the best. So then you go to the event, and it's like you're checking in 1 or 2 days before the event. It's like a whole big deal. And you gotta get checked in. You got to give them your bike the day before so they can all organize it. There's 2,500, 3,000 people at this race or something like that. It's
too many.
Yeah.
A lot.
It might even be 4,000, but I don't feel like that's right. I feel like it's like 2,000 or 2,500.
We'll have to post some pictures after this.
Yeah.
Of all the bikes and everything in transition.
Yeah, because I don't really think people like understand like the magnitude of like when you're there. Like it is a freaking event.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, okay, so we start the race, and this is all like when we start talking about support. So every Ironman runs a little different, but how ours worked was it was a time trial start from when you jump in the water. So we got to hang out with each other all morning, and they walk you down there. And then at some races, it's a mass start or whatever. But for us, they lump you into age categories, and you jump off a dock. And as soon as you jump off the dock, the timing chip you have on your ankle crosses the time, and then it's go. And that's when your race time starts. That's when your cutoff for the day started, whatever. But you got to start in front of me because you're younger than me. So it was
no, that's not how ours went.
I was there. What are you talking about?
No, it was a rolling start. So you started just wherever you were in line. It was still, you competed with your age, but it was a rolling start. So that's why we got to wait in line together. And I literally started 3 seconds before you.
Oh, really? I thought you started ahead of me.
I did, but I just jumped off the dock right before you jumped off the dock.
Oh,
that was it. But I still beat you by 10 minutes.
Yeah, so she beat me by 10 minutes in the swim. That was a lot.
It is a lot.
So it's a 2.4 mile swim, and we had to go upstream for what felt like 3 miles.
Probably half a mile.
Yeah, but it was challenging. And then you made a turnaround, and then it was downstream the whole way, which when people hear that, they're like, oh, it's downstream. It is easier, but that also means everybody goes faster.
Yep.
So
and it was in the cleanest river, the Ohio River.
I could smell the Ohio River while we were doing it.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah. So you beat me by 10 minutes, and then you get out of the water, you go up these steps, and you go into this big transition area, and they give you male and female tents, because most people are going to completely change clothes.
Yes, and they're amazing in those tents. They undressed me and redressed me. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. They sprayed sunscreen on me. Best service ever.
It's the only time I've ever wanted to run in a room and have other people take off my clothes and then put it back on for me.
Soaking wet to put your biking clothes on you.
And then touch me with sunscreen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just They had gloves on and they just slathered you with sunscreen.
Yeah, yeah, so you run into the tent, there's all these chairs, you can change clothes, and you have a bag. So before the race starts, they give you a swim bag, a bike bag, and a run bag, and you like have your clothes there because each thing is multiple hours. How long does the swim take you?
An hour and 2 minutes.
Okay, hour and two. It took me like, you might even beat me by over 10 minutes. I think it was 1:16 is how long the swim took me. So either way, like, you're swimming for a long time. Then you go back in. You're probably going to want to change clothes. And like Kim's saying, you change. I got my bag. Okay, I have my bag. And then you're half naked. And then there's all these people with gloves just smacking it on tables. Sunscreen, sunscreen. And you just rub it all down you.
Yep. And then you got to go find your bike. And I don't know, however many people there are, there could be 3,000 bikes in there, and you just have to find yours. Well, they give you a number. They give you a number system. You have to remember where your bike's at.
I mean, it's organized chaos.
Did you remember where your bike was at? You get lost a lot.
No, I get lost all the time. I have no directional skill, but I am the first to ask for help. So rather than just walking around and being like, "Where's my bike?" I was like, "You, sir, volunteer. Where is this number?" Like, that's all I was trying to do. So, got on the bike. The bike is a 2-loop course, right? Wasn't it 2?
Yep.
Yeah. So you go out, and then you make 2 loops around something, and then you make it back. Mm-hmm. And you were 10, 12 minutes ahead of me. Mm-hmm. But I caught you on mile, 86, 90 on the bike?
80. Between 80 and 90. One of those. We caught each other. Because I saw him, I guess. There was some loop, and then there's like some out and back roads. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But we saw each other, and then we caught each other because I stopped at this rest stop.
Yeah.
Well, or whatever you call it. Aid station. And then we found each other.
Yeah, so every 10 miles on the bike, there's an aid station with porta potties and like food and stuff like that. And I remember that I was biking out, and you like you said, it was out and back, and I just hear, "Mitchell." I was like, "Oh, I don't know where she saw me." And I remember, because we were still kind of new at dating, like 5-6 months. So I guess I had maybe some of that male, like, I got to like act cool. And I remember you stopping at that aid station. You were like, "I got to stretch real quick." And I was like, yeah, that's fine. In my head, I was like, thank God, because I'm about to die. I am dying. This is it, the end of my life. But stay cool. Stay cool.
Yep.
And
I think we're both dying.
Yeah, because even when you're at mile 90, so we're not going 20 miles an hour, but let's just say we were. That's still 4.5 hours on the bike. So let's round and say we've been on the bike 5.5 hours, plus the swim. And the transition takes like 10 minutes. So
the bike took me 7 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay. So let's say it took me 7 because I caught you.
Yeah.
So we've been out there 9 hours or whatever at this time.
Yes.
And we still have, at mile 90, we still have 22 miles to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was probably like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah. And our parents have like eaten lunch and took a nap at the hotel room while we're on the bike.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for the support, guys. But so that's where it got really interesting. Is like you go through these emotional stages, and when you're talking about somebody like supporting you, it's your body's breaking down. Like you're not supposed to. Nothing about Ironman is physically healthy. It's a mental challenge, and it's about just improving you. So you're with this person, they're seeing you at their weakest or your weakest, and you're constantly breaking down. Because then we got to the marathon.
Yes, that was the good part.
Because you're a runner.
I am a runner, yeah. I don't bike. I hate the bike.
And you did 2 marathons before Ironman, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we get to the marathon. So we've done a 2.4 mile swim, then a 112 mile bike, changed clothes a little bit. Okay, so where's the sunscreen lady? And then here we go. We got to go run a marathon, so 26.2 miles. But the cool part about that is we finished the bike together, so we knew that we were committed to running the whole marathon together.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we thought. No, I'm just kidding. We did.
Yep. So trouble happened on the marathon. But
we walked like the first 3 miles because we were dying.
Well, actually, you know what? We ran the first mile because everybody could see us. And I ran like a champ. I was like, go me. Go me.
Yeah, I think we attempted to run, whatever that looked like. And then I think we had to have walked a solid 3 miles.
Yeah, because
before we did anything.
you're not like around people the whole time. Like you have like sections where you can see people, but when you're biking 112 miles, it is not in the city. Neither is your marathon. You're out alone. You better love you and you better love whoever you're around because there ain't nobody.
It wasn't so bad, the marathon. It was in like downtown, but
We're-
it was still a 2 loop. So by the time you're at mile 7, there's nobody out there to cheer you on until you get back to what would be, I guess, mile 11 or 12.
Yeah, so we ran a mile and then we walked like 3 or whatever. And how were you feeling? Because I remember that I found Lay's potato chips
Yes. So
and that
good.
saved my life.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely were not feeling great, but I think I, could have ran a little more, but wasn't going to leave you because that would have been rude.
Support. Yeah.
Hashtag support. And yeah, I don't know. What was that salt stuff? Base salt?
We didn't find that till
Base.
later.
No, we found
But-
that at like mile 9. I remember specifically finding it, and then we went under the bridge where you're like, this is where I died last time. And I was like, oh no,
Oh yeah,
please
so
don't die again.
so let's back up. So so by about mile 3 or 4, they always have like different snacks. And on the run, you have aid stations every mile so we can get water, whatever. And they have a lot of stuff there. They have, and people always hear, oh man, flat Coke, you want that? Or Lay's potato chips. No, you want the salt, you want the sugar. That's really what you want. That's just what it happens to be in because your body's under so much trauma at that time. So I started just pounding Lay's potato chips because the only thing that sounded good. We recover a little bit. And then mile 11 on the run, you have to go under this bridge. And that was the exact spot where I had passed out or whatever 6-7 years ago when I tried to do it, or 5 years ago, whatever it was. And I didn't even feel bad when I ran by it.
Well, I think because we walked so much.
Thanks.
When I say we walked a lot for those first 13 miles. I mean, so much so to that we weren't going to finish in the time cap.
So that's the apex of the conversation here is that, so what happens is where we did it in Louisville, they say is the best finish line in all of Ironman because it's on this thing called 4th Street Live and there's the Hard Rock Cafe. And I mean, it was amazing, wasn't it?
It was good. Yep.
So you have to make 2 loops and you run to the finish line and you take a right and go on your second loop. Now, here's the deal. If you get time capped, look, forget the fact that it's $800 to sign up. Forget the fact of any monetary thing, how much your bike costs, training, food, hotel, whatever. Dude, you just trained for 9 months. You got your whole family there. You got, whatever. Everybody knows you're doing it. You got this girl running it with you. And they tell you if you get time capped, we're going to pull you off the course if you're at transition. If you're out on the run, we'll let you finish. But you will not get a finisher's jacket. You will not get a medal. You will not be on the website. It'll say Mitchell Black, Kim Black, DNF.
You got the medal, but
They gave you the medal?
they gave you the
Oh, that's
medal
lame.
still. They kept the whole finish line up, and you got the medal to still because you finished an Ironman. But yeah, online it said that you didn't finish, and we had the whole gym tracking us, our family across the country tracking us, and so we knew we couldn't have a DNR next to our name at the end of the day.
Not DNR.
DNF. What's a DNR?
Do not resuscitate. Please resuscitate me. Got a lot to do. But yeah, so we're at the turning point, and we haven't seen your mom all day. We've seen your dad. We've seen
No,
my
we saw
mom.
mom one time. Well, I saw my
I
mom.
didn't see your
It was
mom.
her birthday. We raced
Yeah.
on my mom's birthday, and I saw her after the bike.
And what about Ollie? Wasn't he born on that day?
Ollie was born the next day.
Oh, okay. That's our dog. He's the best. But yeah, so we get to the halfway mark and I'm dying. Like Kim's just hanging with me and your mom jumps the railing because spectators are not supposed to be in the middle of the road, puts her arms around me and gave me this Rocky Balboa like pep talk of, what'd she say? Like, you can get in there. You can do better.
No. My mom is also a distance runner like me. So she knew, she had run a few marathons and done some crazy mountain bike races and all that kind of stuff. So she has an idea of what we were going through too. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she said. I mean, we're half delirious at this point.
Yeah. I mean, she was extremely supportive and she said some things that were nice and I was like, I appreciate it. But then
Something about we were looking at the finish line when we saw her and something about how you see that and you want it.
That's
go get it.
That's
or
what it was.
something.
That's when she stopped being nice and was like direct. And that's what I appreciate. And she's like, look at that. Look at that finish line. Look at all those lights. Look at the medal. Look at the Ironman. Do you want that? Because you're looking at it in the face. Are you going to make it happen or not? And I was like, dang, Marsha. Okay. We'll go get it. Yes, ma'am.
And then we got our halfway bags, and I had a Snickers bar.
Yeah, because halfway through the marathon, you get the bag.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want anything in mine. You had a Snickers bar in yours?
I had a Snickers bar, a long sleeve shirt in case it got cold, and maybe a peanut butter and jelly. That's basically what I lived off of.
And I remember your mom had the pep talk with me. We make the halfway bag, and I just looked at you and I said, don't talk to me. We're going to run every mile, and we're going to walk every aid station for the next 13 miles.
Yep.
So we'd run a mile, get to the aid station. I was so dehydrated. I went to the porta potty every time, didn't pee, felt like I had to pee, ate something. And that's when we found that base salt. That's when I did.
Base salt was so good.
So what is it?
Salt, straight salt. We just ate straight salt.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's like in a little tube that you hold in your hand. And
Put
like
it on your thumb.
lick
Our
the
thumbs
thumb,
were
lick the
probably
salt.
so dirty. You would never do that now. COVID. Just kidding.
But I mean, it was about like just finding a rhythm. Like I needed a rhythm rather than looking at like the whole marathon. I had to look at like mile by mile. And you were running a solid risk of staying with me and not finishing.
Yep. But we had our watches.
Yeah, and we had that sucker timed out.
Yeah, we did. We finished 14 minutes before the time cap.
Yep. That was amazing.
And he freaking beat me by a second, according to the official scores, even though we crossed holding hands.
Yeah, so I remember we ran the whole thing, and then we get to the finish line. You get to run up this long Ironman finish line thing, and I don't know about you, but I'm trying not to cry. I'm like, we made it, and then you grab my hand and we like run together, cross the finish line. We got that epic picture. Shout out to my Uncle Frankie, live streaming it, snapped the photo. Nobody else has this photo. Snapped the photo.
No, never bought our official
Do you think
race
they have
photos.
those?
I don't know.
But he snapped the photo of us on the live stream of us crossing the finish line, holding hands at the same time. And yes, it says I beat you by a second. Do you remember the crazy people that we met on the run? Like not like literally crazy, but like remember that lady that was gonna pass out and her husband was like, "Can you go talk to my wife? Because she's
maybe
delirious."
And you went and talked to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was not like, this is not a healthy thing to do. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying you're pushing your body so hard. Met her. I think her name was Karen. I wonder how she's doing now. I think she finished. I don't know. But yeah, you meet a lot of good people. We met that lady who walked the whole marathon and had like a super good rhythm. Remember, she'd walk the whole thing, and we would try to run walk, but our run walk was so slow she'd pass us.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
It was good times.
Yeah,
Good times.
so we crossed the finish line, and they immediately just put like blankets on you. So I mean, yeah, first off, you never left me. You had the pinnacle point where at halfway through the race you could have finished, or you could have left me, and then thanks for letting me beat you by a second. And then we crossed the finish line. Family's there. They're putting like all the medals around your neck, and they gave us all stuff to stay warm. And we didn't get done till what, 10, 11 o'clock at night?
Something like that.
And what time we had to wake up the next morning to
At
go
like 5 a.m. to go walk. I think we had to walk half a mile to go stand in an hour-long line to pay for a jacket just so it would say that we were finishers.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going to finish Ironman at 11 o'clock at night, wake up at 5, and here's $140 for a windbreaker.
And go after, but first you have to go back to your hotel, probably throw up a few times because it's so awful afterwards. And then you got to try to muster everything you got to get out of bed to go get your cool jacket.
Yep.
We have them.
It was worth everything. How did you feel after that race? I felt terrible.
Not good. There's pictures of us at breakfast. We need to post all these for these poor people. I have to listen.
I've never been so drained and so tired in my life. Like, I mean, that was literally,
I don't even know if tired's the right word.
everything hurt.
I don't know. Just like you just have there's just nothing in your body. Nothing.
Yeah.
You have no energy. They should just give everybody IVs at the end.
Why don't they?
I'll pay the extra money for it. How much it costs?
Yeah, just get a phlebotomist there or something figured out.
Those new companies. That's what we need.
They do that when you're hungover.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to bring them out.
Yeah.
To the end of Ironman.
Yep.
We could start a new business.
That's cool.
STRONGSIDE IVs.
So, the thing about that though is like, so we go through all that together, and this is not a secret. I tell everybody this. I don't know why that nobody believes me. I was never going to get married ever.
Nope.
Like I didn't bring girls home to mom. I never told mom that I was going to get married. Every other girl I dated other girls, but they knew I'll hang out with you. Like I don't want to get married. I didn't even know if I like necessarily even believed in the institution of marriage. Like I was like, it's just not for me. I'm not going to do it. And not that I had any questions about marrying you, but I was like, dude, first off, I'm really starting to like this girl. And I had already told my mom that if she met you, that I was going to marry you. And my mom's like, really? But we crossed the finish line on, Saturday night or whatever. And as soon as we got back in town that week, I bought a ring.
He sure did.
Yep.
We weren't engaged till a month later, though.
Yeah. Because I had to coordinate with your whole family to get them there. And then
I was pretty adamant that my whole family, even my extended family, had to know that we are getting engaged before he posted anything on Facebook, because literally seconds after our engagement, it was on Facebook. But, that's our life. So.
Yep. It was a good time. It was good. We had fun doing it. She said yes. It was cool. But yeah, I went from not ever going to get married to, wow, this chick is cool, to we dated for 6 months.
8.
Mm-hmm. And then it was like, and then we got engaged under the premise of, we'll just be engaged for a while and we'll take it slow and it'll be okay. And then 9 days later, I get a text message. I just booked the venue.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
My dad was very excited about it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't like already committed. I could have got married the next day, but yeah.
Yep.
I find in life that the longer it takes you to make a decision, the slower your results are going to be. Like if just know.
Just do it.
Yep. That should be our saying.
No, that's Nike's saying.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's probably trademarked.
Probably with a whole lot. But I mean, so that's just like the first, that's obviously like the big thing of what started us and like really focused on support. But with that, and then, we'll talk about the business and stuff for a couple minutes, but I mean, I'm real big on harmony versus balance. When you talk about balance, it always equates to that some things need to have more weight than others. And you're always going to be trying to like juggle all these balls or like whatever. And for me, my opinion on it is balance is extremely hard. Like for example, this Ironman, we signed up for Ironman last year and COVID hit and they pushed them all over to this year. I'm really wanting to do the one in September. You're not, but you want to go run a marathon. You had your charcuterie board business earlier in the year. I got STRONGSIDE and all this stuff. And then I've started picking up golf, right? Like there's different things that people like, but we still need time for each other. And to say that balance has to happen, that's hard. But if you can have them ride in harmony and you can just put like boundaries per se around each one so they harmonize together. Well, I mean, we got a lot going on in life. What do you think about that?
Is there a question?
I don't know. I was hoping you'd just say a couple sentences and roll off of it. But I mean, I feel like that's true for both of us, that we look for more for balance than we do for harmony. I'm sorry, we work more for harmony than we do for balance. But so we've been married 3 years now, almost 4. Okay, so fast forward, we've always carried that factor of support. We believe in that area of support for each other. But the most real life thing and the most recent thing is, we're coming up on a year on our COVID shutdown. And when we were trying to navigate this thing, it was really like trying to see with your finger. I mean, you have no idea what you're doing and nobody knew it was about to happen. I remember you just looked at me and you were like, what does this mean? And I was like, this means that you're not going to see me much for the next 9 months. And you were just like, okay.
Okay. True statement.
But what do you back that okay with? Like I can name multiple things that you have just gone above and beyond to be supportive in.
I don't know.
Sometimes I wonder, I don't even know if you know that you do it. Like when somebody says that, when I'm like, you're not going to see me much over the next 9 months because you know what that means. Like most people are like, oh, he's just going to work a lot. And to me, I'm like, no, this woman understood what that meant, that it meant literally up until pretty recently, probably like 3-4 months ago, it would be literally working till 2 a.m. on my computer, up at 7 a.m. to get back on my computer, sleeping on the couch sometimes just because I'm working so hard, like working downstairs. I'm working like around the clock, like doing all this stuff to try to navigate a scenario of things that you can't see. We never left the gym. Me, Ashley, our coaches, any chance we could, we were here at the gym all the time while the world's like, getting a freebie, like a couple months off or whatever. And the mental stress and emotional stress and going all in on something that might not be a sure thing, probably isn't going to be a sure thing. I don't know what the percentage was, but it wasn't big. And it's like, that's what I mean. Like you were like, what can I do? What can I do? I mean, I can only hope that I can do that for you in your life, but I know what you did for my life, speaking from personal experience.
I mean, it's both of our lives, the gym.
Yeah.
So you just got to do it.
I know what that means.
You just have to commit. You just got to do it. Whatever they need, you just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I said, wisdom sentence. Like it's not, you don't need 40 paragraphs. It's like,
no, 40 paragraphs is way too long.
You make a decision. I mean, we've done this the past couple of years and it's worked really well. In the beginning of the year, we'll map out our whole year, what we want to get to, like whether that's financially, trips, plans, like whatever. And we set timelines and we try to hit those timelines throughout the year. And that allows you to make decisions. And when we commit to something like an Ironman or like, dude, things about to get real weird here at the gym. I don't really know what's going to happen. And like I remember when that was happening, I was like, let's just go ahead and take 2020, everything we had planned. Let's go ahead and erase that. Not going on that trip, not going like whatever. But you make these decisions and you put a timeline with those decisions. And anytime anything pops up that does not get you closer to the goal of the decision, you have to say no. And that becomes really challenging when it's like, I want to do blank. And then something pops up. It's like, oh, we get to go do this. Now, as a couple, we decided that we want to do this. And that decision does not go in line with this. It's hard.
I feel like I got lost.
Okay. At least you're honest. No, I'm saying about just setting a path and staying to that path and not only making decisions when things are convenient.
Right.
Yeah.
Have to plan. We're big planners.
Yeah. How big of a planner are you?
Oh, extremely. I get in trouble for it.
No, I have to be very cautious because you'll text me. So you do 2 warning signals. Warning signal number 1 is I get a text that just says hi. And I know I'm about to get 30 paragraphs if I reply back to that. I got to make sure I'm ready. And then when you say, hey, can you talk for a second? I know that means that my brain has to be mentally clear because whatever you're about to do, just
Yeah.
and I have to be so ready.
It's a lot. You have to make a lot of decisions if I'm calling.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't do any of that before I met you though. Like you improved my life. That's what I mean about like when I say power couple, I mean like power pushes power. Like you should have somebody in your life that is powerfully pushing you so you can powerfully push them back. I mean, there was times like I lived in an apartment when we met. I don't know. I had like 2 pieces of furniture and a glow stick or something.
Yeah.
And like when you were like, no, idiot, you have to have real furniture. I remember going to like furniture stores. I didn't want to do any of this. And you were like, go, go, go all day. And I'd like keep up and it pushed me to be better.
Yeah, we don't nap either.
Yeah, that was hard in the beginning.
I don't nap. No napping. We don't got time for that.
I used to nap all the time.
No. You got to get stuff done.
No.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I used to nap for hour and a half, 2 hours on the weekend.
Yeah. This is why, I think some people will say we don't go on dates, but our dates are like going to Costco or Target, the Container Store.
Just life in general. It's accomplishing life tasks. That's really like we truly get excited about. Like I think we would rather, in lieu of going to dinner, And because after the first 15 minutes, you're kind of like caught up. I mean,
Yeah.
in lieu of going to dinner, it's like, oh man, what if we could, I know one thing we did recently, what if we could organize the garage and get these shelves in there and do this? And we're like, heck yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Or if we go to dinner, it just becomes a business meeting.
Those are the best. We had one of those over the weekend, mapped out
We
a
did.
whole freaking plan.
We went on a date and then we ended up at your aunt's house and then we just had a business meeting in their kitchen.
Yep.
That's what we really did.
Yeah. We're like, hope you guys are having a good time over there. We're dominating this thing.
Yes.
And that's what I mean. You just got to be on the same page. Like, just support page. You can't be reading the same book. You got to be reading the same book and on the same page.
Yeah.
And yeah. And that's all I got to say about that.
You have anything else to say?
No, I just think, I mean, StrongSide definitely wouldn't be where it is without somebody pushing you. I mean, like it,
StrongSide's changed a lot. You're welcome.
I mean, for sure, because I thought things were cool that weren't cool and stuff. I've just been focused on like just the fitness.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, it's not
Yeah.
going to work.
No. Design team.
Design, even how we hire people and like what their job should be and what we should hire people to do. Like, you've had so much input on that. And because literally my brain is like the product. How do we run this competition? How do we have this many facilities? How do we organize classes so everybody gets the same service? Hey, Mitchell, there's no toilet paper in the bathroom and the light bill hasn't been paid and you hired nobody. No, but we're doing burpees today. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think I just see all the backside of it. I see all the things you do at home that nobody else ever gets to see. So I know what you need. I know what StrongSide needs.
What does it need right now? That's a loaded question.
It needs more coaches. You can apply.
Yeah.
I don't really know where. You can email Mitchell at the-strongside.com.
Mitchell with one L.
Yes, with one L.
Yep.
It needs Roswell to open.
That's coming. You were over there today.
I was over there today.
Bathrooms look solid.
Bathrooms look good.
Tiles up, right?
Tiles 90%, 80% up.
Yep.
Yep. Paint's next. No, trim's next. Trim, paint, lights,
Camera, action.
gym floor.
Oh, yeah, that gym floor has to go in before we can bring anything over there.
Sure does.
Yep.
And we still need garage doors.
Cool.
That's it.
Definitely can't bring anything over there without the garage doors.
Absolutely not. So we're keep piling boxes in here. It'll be fine.
Yep. Well, cool, man. Hey, well, thanks for coming on the podcast, champ. Lots of words you got there. And I mean, look, the whole purpose of the podcast or this episode was really just about like, again, I told somebody yesterday, like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I ain't going to teach nothing. That's for sure. I'm just going to explain that you should like really support people. And support is not when it's convenient. Just like I want to work out. I want to live a healthy life. I want to eat well. It's not only when it's convenient. You will not want, I don't want to do about 80% of the things I do every day. I could go to sleep right now. I'm so tired. Like,
Good.
and it's like, dude, I don't want to get up at 4 a.m. I don't want, but using Ironman as an example, I wanted to cross the finish line. I wanted to cross the finish line with you. I didn't want to go bike 100 miles. I'd rather just watch Netflix.
No, you wouldn't.
In
I wish people knew who you were at home.
Who are they? Enlighten them. Who am I?
I told Amber yesterday, she said she was very excited about my podcast. I told her I was very nervous in that I could, I don't know. She said something about you being OCD. This is everybody's favorite question to me, that your house must be so beautiful. It must be so clean at home. It's not because of him.
Our house is clean.
Yes. The house is clean because of me and the gym is perfect because of him. But our house is, he's the opposite at home. He has socks everywhere. That made it into our wedding vows and it still happens to this day.
Yeah.
I found some on the couch this morning.
Yeah. So like I always have socks on because my toes are cold, but then sometimes I just want to take them off.
And so they just get left all over the place.
And I can never put the freaking fork in the dishwasher the right
The
way.
forks never go in the dishwasher the right way.
Didn't even know there was a right way.
Clothes never get folded from the dryer.
On the weekends.
Only on Sundays.
Yep.
Everything happens on Sunday. The dishes would never be done except for Sunday.
Oh, that's because we'd have paper plates.
Yeah, no. We don't do that at home. At least, you know what? We are getting better about our blender bottles.
Oh, because I don't do protein shakes anymore.
I love it.
Because I got that meal prep service.
It's so perfect.
Yeah.
Now we suck at coffee cups, but it's fine.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time.
But I always say the gym is yours and the house is mine.
And that's okay.
And we must respect each other.
Yeah. I get so mad. You start, dropping the tins in here. I'm like, hey.
Like I stood on the weights the other day. Got yelled at.
And I didn't put the fork in the dishwasher the right way, and I got yelled at.
Correct.
You were so mad. You were so mad. I got a lecture about it, actually. I think it was a good 2-3 minutes.
Probably.
There was a presentation involved. I know that. And you had to watch me.
Yeah, you have to watch it all moments. You can't glance away. All moments you need to watch.
Yep. But
yeah,
I like our dog.
Our dog's perfect.
Yep, he is. He's the best. Mm-hmm. Yep. You send me pictures of him in the morning when he's just laying on the ground.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Too bad he can't come back.
Oh, yeah, he can't come to the gym because he barks too much. And because, no. But, yeah. All right, well, again, the whole point of this podcast is really just talk about, supporting each other no matter what when things get difficult. Support yourself when things get difficult. You are not going to want to do a lot of things, but you want to have the apex. You want to have the finish. You want to have the summit of the top, and that's what you got to do. You got to commit and just roll with it, and any decision that does not align with your commitment, cut that stuff out. And I'm real picky about who I put in my life. I will not get close to anybody that doesn't help make me better. And I feel like I'm playing catch up to my wife. She's so good. And that's who I would recommend being around. Somebody that makes you try to level up all the time. Because I'm trying to level up and be better every single day. She might not see that, but that's what we're trying to do. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for being involved.
Did you get any questions?
You
forgot about your Facebook viewers. They're probably just make fun of me.
Everybody's saying hi. Lots of comments. Adriana says, love you both. Oh, Zach Barnes. Okay, we're just going to keep this podcast going then. Zach Barnes says, what's your day-to-day like at home? That was a very good question, Zach. Well, your job, you only work 3 days a week.
I work 2 days a week, let's be real.
Kim's my sugar mama. She's got a full-time job and she works 2 to 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Now, it's not what you do is extremely important, but
yeah.
Yeah. So what's our day-to-day at home?
Mitchell's alarm goes off at 4:10 and 4:12 a.m. He gets up at 4:30 a.m.
I'm the worst. I try. It's I don't. The thing is, though, is I set so many alarms because I don't hear them. I'm not being lazy. I'm that hard asleep that I got to set 6. I have Alexa and I have my phone. It's a circus when it goes off.
And he has me. Then I kick him because he won't shut off anything. He just yells at Alexa and then goes back to bed.
When I get the foot in the back, I feel like it's gone off for, maybe longer than it was supposed to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If I'm kicking you, it's definitely gone off way too long.
But yeah, so yeah, it goes off at 4:05. I'm up though by 4:15. I'll hear the other ones, and then
if I work, I'm up then 4:30. So that's not bad. But today I didn't work. Got up at 7. Hung out with Ollie. Mitchell works. Sometimes he gets to come home now at night. We don't eat dinner together. We absolutely don't cook for each other.
We don't do each other's laundry. We don't cook for each other. We have separate bank accounts, but we love each other. I think that helps, dude. I don't want the stress of what'd you buy today? Get that out of here.
Yeah, it works for us.
Yeah, they're your clothes. Wash your clothes.
Yeah. But yeah, so we don't eat together. We don't make dinner. We meal prep. He has a meal service. I don't. So he just eats his meals. And then if he's home, we walk Ollie between 7:30 and 8.
Yep.
And then we go to bed at 8 or 8:30. And then.
But if I work late, then I'm home at 9:30 or 10.
9:30. Yeah. And then he doesn't walk the dog because he'll already have been walked and I'm already in bed if he works late.
Yep. And Sunday and Monday are your face mask days.
Yep. Just Sunday. Face mask Sunday. Take care of your skin, guys.
Yeah. And the weekends, we'll set parameters on okay, we got to commit. We tried to use the whole date night label, but like you said earlier, that doesn't work for us. It's kind of we need some time together to go do something that we want to do.
We plan, but we definitely don't plan date night time together. It just happens.
Yeah, we just want to go do stuff. Like
It'll just be like we're both home and, oh, I guess we'll go do something.
Yeah. So that's kind of like a day.
Yeah.
Because
not very exciting.
But
people.
anything outside of that though, like anytime that we're not together, I can assure you this, that we are both nonstop pushing to do something, whether it's like a project that you have around the house or something that you want to do. I know you walk the Great Pyrenees and stuff. You do some volunteer work. It's like, we're never like hanging out. Like, it's like, that's one thing that I love about our relationship is like, whether we're physically together or not, we are both committed to dominating these things that we like in our lives. And that's what brings us so tight together, is because we're just trying to win at everything we do all the time.
Yep, but I'm really good at watching Netflix in the morning.
Yeah, you have a mosey into the day approach.
I mosey until 10:30.
And then it's go time.
Go time until 4:15.
Yep. Same thing on the weekends. I'm usually up trying to ride the Peloton at like 5 or 5:30 in the morning. And try. It depends on how training went that week. But yeah. So there's that, unless anybody else has any questions. Zach Barnes. Oh, look, Zach Barnes loves commenting on here. Bet Mitchell does face masks too. So I tried it like 1 or 2 times. I don't know.
I try. I did get him washing his face.
Yeah, that was a big step. I have to shower in the morning.
Yes, every morning, no matter what. We absolutely don't shower at night. Well, he does not.
I hate it.
I don't care. He will shower and then he'll go do a mud run 30 minutes later.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then he'll be fine not showering the rest of the day.
Absolutely.
Weirdo.
Shower once. Got it covered. Doesn't matter when it is.
Oh, goodness.
All right, guys. Well, if you got any more questions, comment away. Everybody's saying hello. So hello. But yeah, hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for marrying me. Appreciate it. Let's go dominate. It's going to be a really good Thursday, team. Let's rock and roll.